Today, we have our 7 bold predictions for the upcoming Backlash France pay-per-view. So you're going to want to stick around on this episode of Wrestle Digest because you're going to hear some crazy takes on this upcoming premium live event. But before we get into it, we got to say that 97% of you guys watching these videos aren't subscribed to the channel. So make sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. We're going to be here every day bringing you everything surrounding the wrestling world. So if you're a big wrestling fan, you're not going to want to miss the stuff we're posting here on the channel. So go down below, hit that subscribe button. But with that said, Brady, let's get right into our predictions here. And that is our Backlash bold predictions. And of course, before we get into our predictions, we got to say, KC is the reigning champ. Our first ever prediction video was for WrestleMania, and KC came out on top. He's got a Cody Rhodes American Nightmare t-shirt on the way for winning that. And today, we're putting a belt on the line. We're going to start our predictions belt, so stay tuned to our community posts after Backlash because it's either going to be me or Brady with the belt on. So the belt's on the line today, but with that said, Brady, let's get right into the first match that me and you are personally both excited for, and that is RKO versus the Bloodline. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens take on Tama Tonga and Solo Sikoa. In a tag team match, we're getting our first look at the new Bloodline in action and Tama Tonga's first actual match in the WWE. I'm really excited for this one. What is your prediction for this one, Brady?
All right, I'm very excited for this match too. We got RKO back at it again. They had a great triple threat match with Logan Paul at WrestleMania. So, maybe even, the Dark Horse match, like the best match besides, the finishing the story. But anyways, I think that this match is going to go to the
The
Bloodline
Bloodline, yeah.
with a little help from a special someone. Any guesses who that special someone
It's
might be, Casey?
definitely Jacob Fatu. Has to be.
Jacob Fatu, buddy. That's right. We're getting Jacob Fatu at Backlash France. Fingers crossed. Pull the trigger. It's the right time. But I'm taking Bloodline over RKO. We need to see Solo get a win properly. And it would be nice to see Tama Tonga come in and get a first victory in his first ever match, too.
Yeah, you're right on the money there. That's my pick too. I gotta go with the Bloodline here. I think you need Solo to have that big win at a premium live event to kind of push him as the new tribal chief while Roman is out. So you have Tama Tonga obviously in his first match too. You want him to win so the MFT looks good as well for the Bloodline. So it only makes sense for the Bloodline to win this match. And I really do think there is going to be some shenanigans by Jacob Fatu. I think that this is the perfect place for him to kind of debut. Maybe, we see RKO about to win the match, and then we see Jacob Fatu come in. Maybe he hauls the ref out of the ring or something like that. I feel like this is something that could happen, but the only world where I kind of see Randy and Kevin winning is if, they win and then Jacob Fatu comes out. I think that's the only scenario where that would happen, but I think the most likely scenario to happen is the Bloodline winning, and that's what we're going with here. Same pick from both of us, and we really hope to see Jacob Fatu debut at Backlash because I'm fired up for him to get into the WWE. So Bloodline winning here on the channel. Let us know your predictions down below. We're going to get to the second match of the night, which is the Bayley, Naomi, and Tiffany Stratton match for the Women's World Championship. Or just the Women's Championship. I'm really excited for this one also as well. Everybody knows here on the channel, if you've been watching for a while, how big of a Tiffany Stratton fan I am. But in saying that, I think it's a Bayley retain here at Backlash. I think Bayley just won the championship after giving up, on her faction the damage control. So it makes sense for Bayley to retain and not lose her championship right away, just to give her an extra push as the women's champion. Also, I'd love to see Tiffy win it, but I don't think this is her time. She just came up from NXT, a couple of months ago at Elimination Chamber was her first big match. So it makes sense for Bayley to retain here, to keep pushing her because the fans love Bayley. So having her as champion is my pick. I think she retains.
Yeah, I think that is the only right prediction, I would love to see it be Tiffy time already, like you said, Casey, but it just makes most sense right now where they just gave Bayley the title, fresh after WrestleMania. Bayley scores a clean pin on Naomi. Tiffy doesn't get pinned, but they're going to have a great match. Bayley's going to win, but this might be on the books for match of the night, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a really cool ending to this match. I think, like with Bayley with the rose plant, I think that could be a really cool kind of reversal for the prettiest moonsault ever. I think that may be something in play, but I also do think that she is going to pin Naomi here. And Tiffy fans like myself would hate to see Tiffany lose this match, but I really do think that the Money in the Bank is coming up, and who better to win the Money in the Bank than Tiffany Stratton? Come out with a bejeweled, bright pink Money in the Bank. I think that would play into her character really well, and that would be her time to win the championship. But right now, it's Bayley time. We got Bayley retaining at Backlash. I'm a hugger. Brady's a hugger. We're ready for Bayley to retain at Backlash. But we want to hear your predictions on this match as well down below in the comment section. Are you disagreeing with us? Do you think maybe it is Tiffy's time? Let us know down below in the comment section. We're going to get into the next match, which is Jade and Bianca versus the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi, Zayn, and Asuka for the Women's World Tag Team Championships. And Brady, I don't think there's a doubt in my mind of who's going to win this match, but I want to hear your prediction first.
I mean, I think this was settled when the match was announced, to be honest. Kabuki Warriors versus Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Damage Control did a great job as a faction, and Kabuki Warriors did a great job with the tag titles as well. But in saying that, it's going to be Bianca and Jade to win this match because why not? They're going to be able to go back and forth to Raw and SmackDown, be dominant on both brands. It makes the most sense, and I think it's what's going to play out.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you. I think there's no doubt in my mind that Jade and Bianca win this match because I think Kairi, Zayn, and Asuka, like Bianca and Jade, are great solo competitors on their own. They've just been drafted to Raw so they could be propelled into the solo scene, the solo women's scene on Raw, and kind of revitalize their women's division up there. And while Jade and Bianca take the tag team championships and make them into an established championship, because right now you see the Kabuki Warriors come to the ring, at least in my mind. You might disagree with me, and it's like, oh, they're the tag team champions. Like we haven't seen them, put the tag team championships on the line in a while, or we haven't seen them in a tag match in a while, or whatever it is. But like, I think with Jade and Bianca, how hot they are. I mean, Bianca first overall pick. I mean, Jade Cargill, the hottest free agent signing, as Michael Cole would say. And I think that having these two great solo women's competitors coming together to win this championship would really put the women's tag championship back up where it needs to be on the on the main stage, or at least in the mid card stage. And I think it would be great to see because, like you said, you could defend these championships on Raw, on SmackDown. I think it would really revitalize the women's division, which I've been saying needs a little bit of work for a little while. And I'm really excited to see Jade and Bianca with these titles because I think it's going to happen. And another thing that you could add, another factor into this, Brady, is maybe we get a Bianca and Jade turn on each other somewhere down the road as their champions. It really leads, into another storyline where we've seen them face off at Royal Rumble, and now maybe when they're a couple months down the road, or even a year down the road, whenever they decide to do this, during while their championship reign, you could see one of these guys turn on each other, and then that just leads into a great solos match between the two.
Yeah, I definitely think that could happen, and I definitely think it will happen because, they're going to be so dominant, I think, that they're going to reign for quite some time, and I think it's going to be insider turmoil, as it usually is when it comes to the breaking up of a tag team or a faction or whatever it may be. I think it's going to be a test of strength. The women aren't going to know who's more powerful, one or the other, and they're going to implode, and then they're going to have a rivalry, and it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I'm really excited for this. I really hope that they do win these championships. I can't see a world where they don't. But, that's just our take here. What are your guys' takes? And what do you think about a name for Jade and Bianca's tag team? They haven't had a tag team name yet, so we want to hear your guys' thoughts on that down below in the comments. What do you think their tag team name is going to be? Let us know down below. We're going to get into the next match here, which is main event Jey Uso versus Damian Priest. And Brady, I mean, this is a match that I'm pretty excited about as well. I mean, Damian Priest, you can say that it's going to be hard for it, like, to see him lose the championship so early into his reign, but this might be a controversial pick. I'm picking the main event Jey Uso here. I think he, has been a great solo competitor now for quite some time, and I think it's just about time that he has some gold wrapped around his waist. I think there's going to be some, shenanigans maybe with Finn Balor here in this match that maybe cost Damian Priest the championship, and then then Jey Uso wins this match off of that. Or it could be an interference by the Firefly Funhouse, the Wyatt Six, which could maybe, cost Damian Priest to be distracted while Jey Uso wins the match. But in my mind, I think it's time for Jey Uso to be champion, and I think he wins it at Backlash.
Very bold pick. I like it. I like it a lot. I would love to see Jey Uso win. As many of you guys know, I'm not the biggest Damian Priest fan, but for the sake of the predictions, I gotta stick with Damian Priest on this one, Casey. And my main reason being is because I want to see him lose it, and I want him to hurt more about it. I want it to be Finn. I want it to eventually lead up to Finn versus Damian, where Finn takes over and reclaims a world championship title. So I'm really holding out for that. Or, as you said, the Wyatt Six, there's been a lot of teasers and a lot of speculation, and we could get that. Could cost Damian the match, could maybe come out after the match, could maybe even help him in the match or something. Who knows? A lot of different possibilities for this match, and maybe even the most unpredictable match on the card, in my opinion. But
Yeah.
I'm sticking with Damian Priest.
Yeah, I definitely have to agree with you in somewhat there. I guess a lot of people are making the case of, he just won the title. You can't see him losing it this early into his reign. But I do think it is time for Jey Uso to have this championship. So maybe when there's a Bloodline Civil War down the road, he has this championship, and he's the guy. He's Jey Uso. He's main event Jey Uso. He overcame the Bloodline and became champion himself. I really like this kind of arc for Jey Uso. The fans love him. He's hot right now, and I really do think it is time for Jey Uso to win World Heavyweight Championship. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but let me know your guys' takes down below in the comment section. We're going to get to the main event of the night, which is Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles. The first time both of these competitors have faced in a ring ever, and it's for the Universal Championship, which is Cody Rhodes at this moment. And Brady, what are your thoughts on this match? Who do you think's going to win?
Now, this match, it's going to be incredible. I know I mentioned earlier that the women's triple threat would be match of the night. It would be the dark horse match of the night, I think, behind this one. AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes, you got two top guys here clashing at Backlash. So it's going to be a great match. I can't see Cody losing the title. I cannot see it. It took him way too long to finish the story, just to drop it to my favorite good old Georgia boy, AJ Styles. Now, I wish AJ would win, but I don't see it. How about yourself, Casey?
Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as you here. Cody Rhodes is white hot right now. The We Want Cody movement coming off of that at WrestleMania, the big win, ending the reign of Roman Reigns, and it just doesn't make sense to me for him to lose it this early. You could make that case for Damian Priest, I guess, but for Cody Rhodes, it's a different animal. This guy is a global superstar right now, and I think for him to lose the title right after WrestleMania, 4 weeks after WrestleMania, it doesn't really make sense to me. So I think he's going to hold this championship for a long time, probably right up until SummerSlam. So my pick is Cody Rhodes. We want to hear your guys' takes as well down below in the comment section. But before we end the video here, this is only 5 matches, and a lot of people are speculating that Paul Triple H Levesque is going to add another match to this card, potentially on Friday, announcing that there will be another match. And a couple of these matches that a lot of people think or that match might be, there are 2 options, and we're just going to go through, just in case we release this video too early before the actual match card is out, and just give our predictions on these matches. So yeah, stay tuned, and you guys are going to see these matches. And the first one we're going to get into is the triple threat for the IC Championship between Chad Gable, Sami Zayn, and Bronson Reed. And Brady, I think this would be a low-key banger match. I think they've been trying to push Bronson Reed for a bit, and this is his time to shine on the big stage at a big PLE Backlash in France, the first one after WrestleMania. But in saying that, also you have Chad Gable on the other side, who just had the big heel turn against Sami. So if this match does happen and it's a triple threat match, I do really think that Sami Zayn retains, but he's going to pin Bronson Reed, so it sets up Sami and Chad Gable one down the road as well.
Yeah, I gotta go with you. Go with you again there, KC. That's spot on, pretty much, buddy. I can't see Chad Gable taking it away just yet. Because Sami's too good of a fighting champion, and there's too much of a storyline to be played out now that Chad Gable is heel. So I think Sami would retain. I'm not sure how he would do it. He probably would pin Bronson Reed to set up Chad Gable, but it would be a heck of a match, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
for all 3 competitors.
Definitely. It's one that I'd be excited to see. Do I think it may happen at Backlash? I think it is a possibility. It may be this triple threat. It may be just Sami versus Gable, which, you know, after Monday night, it kind of leads into it being a triple threat, which I really do think that this is the match that's going to happen. I think with all the build over Sami and Chad, I think they're going to be battling it out while Bronson Reed's kind of, you know, sitting back, maybe, you know, looking for his opportunity to win this match. But I think in any world, I think Sami retains here. I don't think he loses the championship this early, but I do think he will lose it to Chad Gable at some point once, you know, his heel Gable kicks into full effect. But we want to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you think this match is going to happen, and who do you think is going to win? Let us know down below. We're going to get into the final match. So these 2 matches, the one that we just talked about and the one we're about to talk about now, these are not both, they're both not confirmed, but one of these matches may happen on the card. So we're just going to go through. This is Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan for the Women's World Championship. And I know a lot of people were speculating that it may be a triple threat between Nia Jax, Liv, and Becky, but Nia Jax just got drafted to SmackDown, so it only makes sense for her not to be in this match and to not have 2 women's triple threats for the championship on one card. So I think the Becky and Liv match, it could happen, but I don't think the story is built yet for this match to happen, Brady. But in saying that, I do think that Becky Lynch would retain in this instance.
I don't think, like you said, I don't think there's enough development there yet. It's just so fresh, and it only feels like yesterday we were covering Rhea getting injured, you know? And it's just too fresh, I think, to be a match right now. But if I had to pick a winner, I'd go Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
And I pick Liv just because, you know, she's on the revenge tour, and maybe that brings Dom into Liv's life. Who knows?
It makes sense because, I mean, I don't think Becky would lose this early. I mean, she only won it, like a couple weeks ago on Raw. I don't think she'd lose it this early to Liv, and that's why I don't really think this match is going to happen, because I think Liv Morgan will win this belt at some point, but I don't think it is at Backlash. I think it is, you know, maybe later down the road they have a match, whether it's at King and Queen of the Ring, whether it's at Clash at the Castle, Money in the Bank. There's a bunch of pay-per-views coming up over this summer, and I think Liv is going to win this championship and just hold it until Rhea Ripley is back, and, you know, Rhea's going to have this match against Liv. But if this match does happen at Backlash, I definitely have Becky winning, but it will be interesting to see if this match happens. Like we both said, I don't think there's too much development here or too much hype surrounding this match right now for it to happen. There is more hype around the triple threat between Sami, Bronson, and Chad, because Bronson attacked Sami backstage, Chad turned heel, so there's a story there to that match, but there isn't really a story to Liv versus Becky yet. It needs to be built. But I want to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comment section. We love hearing from you guys. Which one of these matches do you think is going to take place? Let us know down below. But, I mean, Brady, that's our predictions for Backlash France, so make sure to come back to the channel after the pay-per-view and say, oh, you were totally wrong. Jey Uso would never win against Damian Preist. Make sure to let me know, but my heart's in the right place. I want Jey Uso to win, but if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure down below, hit that subscribe button. We're going to be here every day, bringing you daily content about wrestling and everything happening in the wrestling world, so make sure down below, hit that subscribe button. Also, while you're down there, make sure to leave a like on the video. Make sure to leave a comment, because we do have a section called Comment of the Day. And if you might be featured in the next video on Comment of the Day with anything, you want to leave your thoughts about our predictions. You want to leave where you're watching from. We love seeing all you guys comment down below and showing your support. It means the world to both of us. And also, if you enjoyed this video and you want to check out a video we did earlier today, it'll be popping up on your screen right now. But as always, I've been your host, KC, alongside my co-host, Brady. We'll catch you in the next one. Enjoy Backlash.